So we'll first label them. So I'll write the variety of the pineapple, and today's date, 17th of February. That's enough. Okay. So this one will be able to guide even another person coming to work with the plants when he or she is able to transfer them to the multiplication media. Okay. So there are plants that we had already worked on. The one that is in the insertion media, here it is. This one is 2 weeks old.
Oh, and it's actually already short.
Yeah, this is actually 3 weeks. Yeah, it is a pineapple.
Oh, it's so cute. So this is 2 weeks?
No, this is actually 3 weeks, meaning it has to be transferred to the next stage, which is multiplication.
So from here, after 3 weeks, we'll get something like this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So from here now is when we go to multiplication, and we have quite a number that are in multiplication stage. These are bananas, but in multiplication stage. You can actually see from one, how many, can you be able to count how many that are here?
What do we have?
This is pineapple, also in the multiplication stage.
So does the medium change in the multiplication stage, or what really happens in this space?
So in the multiplication stage, actually the hormone remains. Everything, the nutrients and the energy source, the gel right remains, but the hormone is going to change. We're actually using the same hormone, but in a different concentration.
More or less?
Less concentration.
Why less?
Because we want to focus on the multiplication and not just shooting. Because here, the plant, you just have a bud, you just have a plant that has nothing. So we have to put more concentration so that the plant can, all the energy can be concentrated on shooting and elongating.
Right.
Yes.
So what is happening from stage 2 to stage 3 to a point where I have all this multiplication? What has been introduced? What's the difference?
It is just the shooting hormone. We have the same shooting hormone, but now in a lower concentration.
Here?
Yes.
In the multiplication.
So for example, here we are using 5, and then here we are going to use 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So once we are in the multiplication stage, how long does it stay here?
3 weeks. 3 weeks, and then you transfer to the next stage.
Which is?
Usually, when you have this one, we are going to transfer them 5 times. Yeah. So we'll do the first transfer, put it in a different media with now the shooting hormone that is going to help it multiply. And then when they sprout, like this one is at the 5th stage. So this one from here, I have to transfer now to rooting. But we have to do it like 5 generations or 5 different times after every 3 weeks.
For this one?
No, from here. You get? From here, after 3 weeks in March, I'm going to put in a multiplication media. And then after 3 weeks again, I take the plants. You see they've already multiplied, so I'll separate them and now introduce them to a different media. So I do that 5 times. And then after 5 times now, I introduce them to rooting media.
Okay, all right. So can you see any that is in the rooting?
So we have like, these are pineapple, they're in the rooting stage. They're actually ready to be taken out. These ones.
Again, I'll ask, is the media remaining the same, the hormone the same?
No. Now here we introduce a different rooting hormone, a different hormone called a rooting hormone. So there are different kinds depending on the crop. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the next, and then it stays here for how long?
1 month, that is 4 weeks. Yeah, because the reason why we are putting them for 1 month here is to make sure that by the time we are taking the plants out, their roots are still vigorous, they are still viable, because when they overstay in the growth room, the roots, because they are very tender and fragile, they tend to, dry off.
Okay.
So when you take them there, they are going to die.
All right.
Yeah, so 1 month is ideal. Yeah, these are bananas. These bananas are actually 2 weeks old.
This is the rooting as well.
Yeah.
So after 4 weeks, we let them stay here for 4 weeks.
4 weeks, and then we
after
take them out.
For hardening.
Yes, for hardening.
So when they go out there for hardening, how long do they take there?
For hardening, for the first 1 month is just to adapt or to acclimatize to the normal environment. And then the second month, they've already hardened, and now we can take them to the field.
All right.
So we give them a maximum of 3 weeks. 3 months, sorry.
3 months at the hardening stage.
Yeah, at the hardening stage.
Mkulima anaweza kuja kununua.
Anaweza kuja kuchukua.
All right, so this is the journey from step 1.
Yes.
Yeah. So here we were introducing
This is the media.
Introduction introducing our plant to the media. And it stayed here for
3 weeks.
3 weeks. And then now we came here.
Yes, this is at the 3rd week.
3rd week. Yeah. And we called this stage the
multiplication stage. From actually here. The multiplication stage is here, not here. Because
it's here.
Yes.
All right. And here we use the same medium except lower hormone.
Yes.
Quantities.
And also that is plant dependent because there are some, for something like banana, we actually use the same media all through apart from the rooting.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is crop specific.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from here, which is now our, we call this the multiplication?
No, this one is just the shooting stage.
Or the shooting stage.
Initiation stage, yeah.
And then multiplication. And then
the rooting
stage.
Yeah.
And then this is another rooting for banana. And then after that, we take it to
the hardening stage. Yeah.
Oh, so how long? The whole thing takes about, how many weeks are those here inside the lab?
Inside the lab, it's actually 5 months. And then in the greenhouse or in the hardening stage is 2 months. So that's roughly 7 months.
7 months.
But also that depends on the crop that you're working with. Something like potato.
This is potato?
A potato, yeah.
They're so thin.
Yeah, they're usually very thin, but they're very vigorous. So for potato, you have to transfer them after every single week or after every 2 weeks.
Right.
So potato will not take 6 months, but potato takes around 4 months.
Right.
Yeah.
So if I have this process going on, say I'm in this rooting stage, and I know they're supposed to be here for like 3 weeks. In between those 3 weeks, should I come sometimes nafungua naangalia kunaendelea aje, or it's completely a no-go zone until that time is up?
No. You see, these ones are like babies, and babies, you don't leave them. Okay. So you have to check at them at every single day. So what happens, you actually don't open them, but you have to check in case there is any contamination. Because sometimes maybe poor handling, or you didn't sterilize the media well, and then you have contamination. So once the plant has contamination, then you have to remove it.
What will be that indicator that there's contamination? What will I see?
So I think we can get some plants that are contaminated somewhere.
Okay. This is contaminated?
Yes. So you see this one, if you compare this one and this one is so clean, this one is contaminated. And sometimes it can be a fungal contamination or a bacterial contamination. So you check, but once the plant is contaminated, that's it.
Right.
So you just remove it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, when you're working in this lab, you have to be very precise, attentive to every single detail, because you do not want to go through this.
Actually, for tissue culture, I'll say it is just being clean. It's just, making the environment sterile. When you're planning to come and work, make sure the lab is clean, where you're working is clean, you have your own personal protective equipment, and how you handle the plants, because when you're here and you're talking, you're making stories, there is a high chance that you're going to contaminate your plants. Or maybe you're working from out here, and the environment out here might not be as sterile as the one in the laminar hood. Yeah. We are going to place it on a bench that has light. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, from here we'll be checking on it every day to check if there is any bacterial or fungal growth. But now, after 3 weeks is now when we are going to multiply. But we are going to multiply with the one that we have there.
All right. Yeah. And these are different other crops in different stages.
These are different crops in different stages. So like these are bananas in the 5th multiplication stage. These ones are they were just initiated recently. You can see it is just one, but now they're growing.
Plantains.
These are plantain.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay, and here, what are these?
These are still bananas.
Oh.
Yeah, these are still bananas.
Okay.
Very young, but we'll work on them. Yeah.
And this one, cactus. What is
this is cactus.
Oh.
Yes.
There's so much.
Yeah, this is cactus. This is a spineless cactus basically for animal feed.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Now we're going to do multiplication. So this is our plant. This is our pineapple plant at the 5th multiplication stage. The first thing, as I said earlier, is to sterilize it.
Okay.
And then we cut them. So we are using the petri dishes. Yeah. So they are totally sealed. We just remove the cling film to open it. So you can see the way they have multiplied.
Right.
Okay. So you just remove them. You get one by one. So like that. And then we use our plain scalpel to cut them. So these ones, you can see it was one plant, but now it has really multiplied.
Okay.
So you have to separate them individually. You see, like this. Get rid of any dead tissues, just like that. You have to cut at the upper part and then remove the dead tissues at the bottom. And then you separate them. You see this.
This is such a tedious process, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Because you have to sit here focused.
Yes, but it is worth it. That is another one.
And then now after you cut like this, you're going to transfer them into another...
No, don't touch with the bare hands. Yeah. Sorry, what were you saying?
After you transfer like this, you're going to transfer them to another medium or what?
Yes. After I'm cutting like this, I'll have to introduce them to a different multiplication media.
Each one by one?
No. So we can put like a maximum of 10 and a minimum of 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So just like that.
It is very beautiful to witness the changes and evolution that is happening in the space of agriculture. Agriculture is no longer about being in the farm, changa, kulima. As you can see from our features, we are now in the lab using cells to propagate new mature plants under very controlled conditions. And that is what we are calling tissue culture. We will continue with the next step very shortly. But before we get to that, of course, we need to look out for our farmers, giving you tips on what you need to do to make sure that you are thriving in your particular agri-sectors that you are in. Now, at this particular point, we are all waiting for rains to come, and part of the things that we are doing, of course, is getting our seeds, booking our fertilizers, and all our farm inputs. In case pesa haijatosha venye ungependa for you to be able to get all the farm inputs that you need, na pengine uko na stress, wondering, what am I going to do? You do not need to panic at all, because you can partner with a cooperative bank who over the years have been very keen when it comes to supporting small-scale farmers, large-scale farmers, and also farmers in cooperative societies. You can also get the different credit solutions that they are offering to help you during this planting season. We do have what we call a working capital loan. This loan is given to either an individual farmer or a farmer in a cooperative society for the purpose of buying quality farm inputs. And this is the time when our farmers are buying this input. So please be sure to take the loan from Cooperative Bank to make sure that your planting season is smooth as you wait for your great harvest. Also, kama ni mwanabiashara, you sell different agrochemicals to farmers, na pengine bado huja stock shop yako, money could be tight here and there. You do not have to panic, because you can also take a loan from the Cooperative Bank, which you do call stock financing. You stock your shop, wakulima wakuje wanunue chemicals and seeds, and once they pay, you can pay back your loan. And also remember, you can take this loan as many times as you want to. So dear farmer, usiteseke ukiwa peke yako. Be sure to journey with the Cooperative Bank, who are dedicated when it comes to supporting our farmers in order to achieve our goal on food security. Now, you're taking another break now. When we come back, you'll get to learn what really happens after multiplication. Do we take it directly to the farm, or there are other processes in between there? You'll get to find out about that and more when we come back.